Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pits, the Motor Chaos. This is your host, Dave. And I got a line special guest, Pro E85 driver, Ed Shultz. How you doing, Ed?
Pretty good. How are you tonight?
I'm good. So, how'd the 2018 go for you with the group?
It went good with the group. My car didn't do very well. I was fighting a lot of problems this year.
So now, how did you meet up with Dwayne and how'd you get in the group?
Oh man, I went back. Hell, we're going back 25 years with Dwayne. Just neighborhood guys, and he's a little older than I am, but it was just a big group of people. It's pretty much just raced off and on for years, and then all of a sudden the E85 thing came along, and he's like, "Hey, would you be interested?" And I'm like, "Sure." Sounded like a pretty good time, and been having a lot of fun ever since.
That's cool. So how does your whole drag racing career begin, Ed?
Oh man, it started when I was probably 14. My dad would take me to the track with my uncle and cousins and some really good friends, and I just fell in love with it, and been doing it ever since. And then my dad got me a car when I was about 15, and I just sat in the garage and worked on it all the time, and went and got me a piddly little job to pay for it. And when I wasn't off working or at high school, I was working on my car in the garage.
So
it just escalated from there.
So what kind of car was this first car that your dad got you?
It was a 70 split bumper Camaro.
Then,
the same car I got today.
Oh, it's the same one?
Well, I crashed the first one. This is my second one, but it's the same model.
Ah, okay. So the first one, when you finished building it up, you raced in that one too?
Oh, yeah, I raced that quite a bit. And then this one night at Route 66, my brakes failed and ran off the end of the track and totaled it.
So what color was that one?
Porsche red. It was identical to the one I drive today.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm like, I gotta have this car, because I bought the car, and it was purple, and I lived with it for a while, and then I just, I'm like, I gotta have my red car back, and stripped it down, and a good friend of mine, Jeff Butler, and I did it in my garage, painted it, rebuilt it, painted it, and it's been going on from there.
Nice. So,
yeah.
So what kind of engine you got under the hood of this car?
It's a 632 with just like 12-to-1 pistons and some profiler heads and a small nitrous kit.
So next year, are we going to see any changes to the car?
I don't know. It depends. It depends on how the cash goes,
So no sponsors yet then, huh?
No, I don't want no sponsors. I don't want to have to answer to nobody. It's easier to do my own thing and not have to answer to anybody.
So how many years you been running with Pro 85 group now?
Oh man, it's probably been, well, from the beginning. It's been 10 years now. 9-10 years.
So now
I haven't raced a whole lot with them, but I've at least made one race a year.
So what's your quickest VT been?
So far it's gone 891, 892. So it does okay, but I'm not real competitive with this thing. I like to go out and have fun with it more than anything else. And the E85 guys is a great group of guys to go out and have fun with. So I really don't even try anymore. It's just I go out and have a good time. Because once you go away in an ambulance and your car goes in another direction on your buddy's trailer, your whole concept of racing is completely different after that. I'm just happy if I even go home with a broke car anymore.
Now, do you do the big wheel stands?
No. I don't want to. I'm tired of working on this thing. You start doing a big wheel stand, you're gonna start breaking crap. I'm just sick of working on them because I built this whole car on my own. I bought it, and then I didn't like it, so I pretty much rebuilt the whole damn thing. And friends and stuff want car stuff done. I do their cages and little things like that.
Do you do big smoky burnouts?
Yeah, I can. I've done quite a few of them. That's what Dwayne asked for them, so right. When I can, I give them to him.
So now,
But it's it.
so
What?
now you said your dad was like your biggest inspiration to start drag racing, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. He got me into it. You know, I keep telling him all the time. I go, "Hey, Dad, you screwed me as a kid," and he's like, "Why is that?" I go, "You got me into cars. You kept me broke, and you kept me in the garage, so I couldn't get in trouble when I was a kid." So that worked out pretty good for him, and it worked out for me. I got quite a good education out of it, and got a little bit of pride behind it.
So what tracks did you used to go to when you were a kid?
Osceola. I used to go there and run my little 1530s in my Camaro, drive it all the way out there, hope like hell I didn't break it, and drive home.
So with the Pro E85, was that the first time you started racing at Great Lakes Dragway, or you raced before that?
Oh no, I've raced for that for years before that. I've had my car back half for probably 20 years, and I was racing back then too. So just hit 41, 66, Osceola, just some local tracks.
No, did you ever go to US 30?
When I was a kid, yeah, but obviously I was really young, maybe 8, right as they closed. So I don't remember a whole lot. I just remember it really loud.
Yeah, a lot of funny cars.
Yeah. I remember being really loud as a little kid. And
yeah,
that was about it.
My dad started taking me to US 30 when I was like 5 or 6 years old, and I remember a lot of nitro funny cars, big field of funny cars.
Oh yeah, it was pretty cool.
Then he started.
It's a shame they don't open it back up. Do something with it.
Yeah, but you see the videos and pictures of it going in the weeds and grass and stuff now, and it would be nice if someone did something with that.
Yeah, I drive by it every now and again, and it's sad. But you know what I mean. It's just one of those things that subdivisions come in and good things go away.
Yeah, then my dad started taking me to Great Lakes Dragway when I was a kid too. And what year did you first go to Great Lakes Dragway?
Oh man, I was probably a senior in high school. That'd be what, 88, 89? Somewhere around in there. I was dating a girl at the time, and her uncle was big into racing. And he went up there for, I think it was the Time Machine Nationals on Memorial Weekends, the first time going to Union Grove.
Yep, that's when he had the great Broadway Bob there.
Yeah, that crazy old dude to get on top of that jet dragster and stage it, then get off and let it run a pass. I remember all that.
Wow, while holding a beer in his hand.
That guy was a nut job, man. Hell of an entertainer.
Damn good promoter, too.
Yeah, you don't have that no more. All those guys are gone.
Oh, yeah. There'll never be another Broadway Bob.
Oh, no. No, there won't.
Yeah, he used to get a lot of cars in it. The Great Lakes Drag, you know, a lot of big field of funny cars and dragsters and all that stuff with pro stocks.
Yeah, hell, I remember sitting in that line. Hell, I was in that line to get in there probably for a good hour and a half just to get in.
You know, I love going to Great Lakes Dragway still, but the only thing is seeing the same cars over and over for Memorial Day weekend and Labor Day weekend. They gotta get different cars in there, man.
Yeah, but you know what though? It's hard. It's so hard because there's so much going on that weekend at all different tracks.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? I think they got some nostalgia funny car racing going on somewhere. I know 66 has some kind of event that weekend. So it's hard. It's very hard to get cars in.
Well, they have to get another Nitro funny car for next year because the one guy is moving back to Australia. Bob's Young.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he was the last Time Machine National, the rescheduled date. That was his last run in the United States.
Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah, that nostalgia stuff is pretty cool. When you get into all those old nostalgia cars from like, 50s, 60s, all those gassers and stuff.
Yeah.
they don't run that fast, but man, they put on a hell of a show.
Yeah, I love watching the Gassers, I love watching you guys and the Chicago Wise guys,
Yeah. It's definitely entertaining because the big monster wheelies and burnouts is definitely where it's at. People love to see that stuff. And because I know they've had a new president come into E85 this year, and they're talking about doing a few arm drop races as well. So that'd be kind of interesting to do. I think that'd be pretty cool. Because I know they had one last year because the lights were out up there.
Yeah.
And they had a race anyways, and that was, I think that'd be really cool. A lot of fun to do.
Yeah.
Because that's where everybody started at. Everybody started out as kids racing on the streets. And then once you get tired of paying all the tickets and the high insurance, you start going to the track.
Yeah, I was at that event when they did the arm drop when the lighting system was out.
Yeah, I think that's going to be interesting. I had talked to the guy that's taking over, and he said he's thinking about doing a few of them. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I know all the guys had fun in your group.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what though? Everybody there's a lot of camaraderie in that group. If you got somebody broken, they try to do what they can to help you.
Yeah.
That makes it really cool to be in an organization like that. Or it's not do and die type thing.
Right.
You can relax and have a good time doing it.
So now, Ed, let me ask you something. Besides your dad being an inspiration to you, was there any other drivers out there that inspired you at all back years ago?
You know what? It's funny. No, they weren't really drivers. They were just people in my life that were really mentors, huge mentors. Like I had my uncle and my cousin, my uncle's brother. I got a really good friend of mine. They're older. They were probably 10, 12 years older than I was. But they always kept me under their wing, and they let me be a kid, but yet they taught me how to be a good kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How to, go to work every day, work hard, play hard type thing. And honestly, and they're all walks of life. One was a truck driver. One was a pipe fitter, so he taught me how to do all the welding. The other one was a really good mechanic and taught me the basics on mechanics. My dad was an engineer. So I mean, it's just, there's all kinds of walks of life that had helped me get along the way to where I'm at today. And I tried to repay that back to kids, in the younger generation. Like if there's kids that come into the neighborhood or whatever and, hey, can I look at your car? I let them come in, sit in it, talk to them, you know what I mean? Just try to steer them in the right direction.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened to me. And, I started doing I do all my own chassis work. And it led me into a machinist apprenticeship, a millwright apprenticeship, you know what I mean? I did all that crap, and you just learn. Every day is learning. And I just like to try to pass it along to the next kid that wants to learn.
Yeah, you got too many kids glued to the video games now.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But, the thing is that's a generation, unfortunately.
Yeah. Like my
and
my 12-year-old nephew was over here for the weekend. Me and my wife were trying to take him out. We're like, hey, let's go out. You want to go out somewhere? Nah, I want to stay home. Come on, let's go out. Nah, I don't want to. Come on, take a break from the video game. Nah. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy how it works nowadays with these kids. But,
yeah.
Everything's all social media and instant gratification.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody, I think there needs to be more ass beatings and less participation trophies, but, people say I'm mean and cruel like that, so.
Nah, these kids should still get spanked.
Nah, I'm not talking like abuse, I'm talking like discipline. There's a difference,
Man.
But I mean, it's like, does Johnny get a trophy for walking across a soccer field and doing nothing when the kid busted his butt on the same team, did everything? I don't think that's right.
Man. So now, Ed, what was the experience like for you to go down a drag race track for the first time?
Oh, it was, I'll tell you what, I was scared. I didn't know. You know what I mean? When I was, street racing here and there, and the car was slow. But as I was at the track, it felt like a whole different thing, you know what I mean? Because now I can really go fast and not have to worry about nothing, and it was just different. I wouldn't put one kind of emotion on it. It's just kind of different. It was nice though when I can't get caught and go to jail.
Right. Yeah.
That was cool.
Doing it the legal way.
Yeah, definitely. It's a whole different perspective when you're doing it legally. But it's one of those things, once you get started, you can't stop.
So when you first started racing, your mom and dad were both very supportive of you?
Oh, yeah. They figured that if I went and started racing, it'd be better to do that than get caught on the street and get hurt or killed or go to prison. Plus, my mom didn't know a whole lot about it, so I didn't really tell her. My dad knew. You know how dads are,
Yeah.
He used to race at 30 when he was younger, too, so he knows what it was like. I mean, he's still doing it now. He's got a little street car he drives around and puts around and goes to car shows with. Something for him to do.
How about you? You ever do any car shows with your car?
Yeah, I do a few of them. There's a Father's Day car show in Lake Station we go to, and that's about all I do. I really... Spectating sucks. I'd much rather go out and beat the crap out of my car so I got something to work on during the week, I guess. But maybe one or two. I like to do the blue top stuff. When the E85 guys go up there, I go up there with my car. So that ain't too bad. But other than regular car shows with it, I don't really do a lot. You know how it is. Life gets in the way, and everything's scheduled nowadays. It's not like you just do stuff freely anymore.
Right. Now, when you do take the car out to race it, how many crew members do you have?
Usually just me and my dad. I have every now and then I have a few friends. I got a buddy of mine that's, he follows around E85 quite a bit. Him and I have been friends for years and years, and when I'm at the track, he helps me, but, then that's about it.
So you got a nickname for your car?
Gator. I've had that name since I was a kid. It's been on the car for, since I'd have to say the late 80s. I've always had Instigator on it. For a while there, Dwayne was calling me the Mountain Man because he's like, I need a nickname, and I couldn't come up with nothing. So that's what he gave me. Because I had a 632, and his wife did that. But once I painted my car red again, I renamed it Instigator because that's what it was when I was a kid. And I always used to have on the back tail, it said, this baby's bottle fed. I had it done in that, how that 90s pinstripe paint, hand painted stuff is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had it back there.
So now, for you to get this car prepared for weekend of drag racing, what goes into preparation for you to get the car ready?
Well, I put a wrench on all the nut and bolts. Being that I had a brake failure years ago, I check all my brakes, make sure nothing's leaking. Obviously, torque the wheels and tires, run through the valves, charge battery, and nitrous. If I use it, I only use nitrous that often, so. That's about all, just general maintenance. A lot of rocker arm adjustment, tightening bolts everywhere.
Now,
Can't have it.
Have you ever done the 8th mile racing?
No, I have not. No, I haven't. I actually would like to start doing it because I know I heard there's going to be some 8th mile races local around here. I'm thinking about jumping into some of them, some 550 racing.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to jump into that. That way you don't tear your car up as bad.
So what are your favorite quarter mile tracks to run on?
Well, I really haven't run on a whole lot. Just Union Grove.
41.
Indy was pretty cool. Indy was pretty cool to race on. Just because it was Indy, you know what I mean? But
Yeah, like 41 is your local track, right?
yes. Yep. It's been a good track to me so far. I haven't had no issues with it, and it's run quite well now. So that dude he did a good job of turning it around. Put some money back into it where it needed to, and, I mean, you're going to have your normal hiccups every weekend, but, for what it is, that track's really good. Union Grove's a very well-run track, too. Them guys up there don't mess around. They run it well.
Yeah. So now, where do you get all your fire safety equipment from?
Usually I just get it from whoever's got it on sale at one of these mail order places. That or I go up to Lane in Michigan, get a lot of stuff up there. Just because it's local. But you can go up there and try the jackets on and all that kind of stuff to make sure it fits right. But that's all I do. Just mail order seat belts, helmet. I think I got at Lane's, and jacket I think at mail order places.
Now, Ed, do you have any advice for someone that might be listening to an interview that's thinking about starting to do drag racing?
Yeah, don't get into it. It's expensive. No, you know what though? It's a very expensive hobby, but the thing is, at the end of the day, you've got something to look at in your garage, your house, wherever, and it's addicting. I mean, it's pretty addicting when you start going. But just buy something, start with nothing, and just take pictures and do your progression. See what you progress to in a couple of years if you're really into it. That's the only thing I could give anybody advice on, and just watch you grow. You know what I mean, through pictures, because what my car is today is absolutely nothing what it was when I was 16 years old driving it around and working on it when I was 15. So I never would have thought in a million years I'd end up with the car that I have.
So what kind of tires are you running on?
Mickey Thompson, 29.5, 13.5s.
All right, now I know you don't race that much, but have you reached any milestones at all in your racing career?
No, not really. Honestly, I don't set them too high because, like I said, if I can go to the track and I go home with my car, I'm happy. That's a good enough goal for me. I'm telling you, when you see yourself going away in an ambulance and you see your car going another direction, it sucks. I don't ever want to have to deal with that again. So I'm happy. Even if my car's broken, I got to push it back inside the trailer. I'm still happy. That's a good day racing to me.
Now, the first car that you totaled, was that the only accident you've ever had in your drag racing career?
That was the only accident I've ever had. Yeah, I've never even been in a car accident. That was the first one. Yeah, I got beat up pretty good. I broke both ankles and my tailbone.
And what track was that at?
Route 66. It was on a Wednesday night. They had a dude go through the safety net on Sunday, and the staff never. What they did is they stretched a new net across the sand traps, and they didn't stake it down in the middle. And what happened is when I went through, that net went over the top of my car. And then I just smashed right into the end of that wall. Head on. I don't even know how. I couldn't have been going that fast, maybe 60. 50, 60 maybe. I don't know. It all happened in slow motion, that's for sure.
Well, at least you lived to tell about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was pretty bad. The front end got ripped off. The cowl got pushed back. I bent the steering wheel around the steering column. and it sat on the frame rails and the back tires. It shortened the car 18 inches on the wheelbase. It was pretty brutal.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, so, I brake check every time I go through the traps, make sure they were still to this day. And that was, I wrecked that car in 97 or 98.
So what year did you get the one you're driving now?
I bought it that same year. A friend of mine had it, and I bought it off of him. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, I like it. I get it home, and I just put my own personal touches on it, and I drove it for, up until about 4 years ago like that. A couple of rear ends here and there, suspension parts, wiring, just, stuff to make it mine. And then this one day I wanted it red. So tore it apart in the garage, and with the help of my buddy, we completely rebuilt the whole car and repainted it, and it is what it is today.
The second instigator was born.
Yeah. Yep. That was about 4 years ago, I think I did it. 3 or 4 years ago we did that. But it's definitely, it's been definitely interesting to redo it and relive through that car again, you know what I mean? Having the same red car and everything like you did in school. It's just kind of cool,
Right.
I definitely enjoy it red. And it was like a pastel purple before, and it was nice. It was a nice car, and the guy who painted it did a really good job on it, but I was just over the purple.
Now, for next season, are you going to try to make more events?
Yes. Yes, I am. Yeah, this year I had a lot of problems, and I thought they were all fuel issues, and it ended up being ignition issues. And I fought them all year long. And then I just got so frustrated, I just got mad and just let the car sit. Because, you can only do so much before you get, to the point where you just don't even want to look at it. And then I started changing a bunch of electronic stuff, and my problems went away.
So what was the last time you ran?
That last event at 41 is the last time I went. And it was running a little slow. It went 940 something, 950 something. So I wasn't spraying it. I was just using horsepower. Just getting out and trying to see if I found my problems and my issues, and I did. It ran pretty good. It went I think it went a 124.60 and a 530, or no, 553 in the eighth. So it went pretty good, and I was okay after that.
Well, that's good. I'll be looking forward to seeing you next season at Grillix.
All right, buddy. Thanks a lot. Appreciate your time.
Oh, I'm not done with you yet.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry, man.
You ready for some fun questions now?
Sure.
If someone came up to you, Ed, and they wanted to give you $200 million to build a brand new drag race track, where would you consider building a new track, and what kind of features would you put into a new drag race track?
Phew, that's a hard one, because you know what? First of all, you're going to have to find a place way out in the middle of nowhere. You're going to have to buy up a ton of property so nobody can build around you. And I would try to do more of a motorplex type drag racing, dirt track racing, more of a grassroots racing, because I don't like the NHRA crap. I don't like those. I mean, those guys do a wonderful job. They're phenomenal. The engineering and safety and everything is what we have today. But it's too commercialized, and it's all about big business. I'm more of a grassroots guy who can build the car in his garage with his talent and his buddies. Yeah. So I do more of a grassroots style, like a 41, but with circle track racing, a mud pit, you know what I mean? Those kind of things. A dirt track.
Yeah.
So you don't get, because what it does, it's like anything else. You know how it is. Once somebody gets involved that has a lot of money, it ruins the sport. Look at the NMCA classes, how fast those guys have gotten. And it's ridiculous how fast they go. And they never were like that in the beginning. It was more of a draw. You understand what I'm saying with that?
Yeah.
But and the thing, and I don't have that kind of money, and I'm envious of those guys that do have that kind of money. But there's more of me that do your own work in your own place to go to work to buy the parts than there is the guys racing that can just say, hey, I want this car built and you're going to fix it for me.
Yeah.
So it'd be more of a grassroots style drag race. What else would there be? I'd do something like a motocross track, mud pit. You know, those little, I'd even entertain them little drift guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because those are the guys that go to work every day and they work on their cars.
Yep.
You know, and you got to appreciate, even if you don't like that style of car or like that style of racing or whatever it is, you have to appreciate what these guys do with their skills and ability.
Yep.
So give them somewhere to do it.
All right, now, do you have any hobbies outside of drag racing?
Honestly, I like to fabricate stuff. You know what I mean? I like to have a pile of metal and start with nothing and end up with something. You know, I do a lot of fabricating as a hobby. And I got a boat. We go out on our boat. Me and my wife go on the boat, the kids, and I chase after a grandkid. So that's about it, really, for hobbies.
So what's your favorite vacation getaway spot?
Oh, I don't know. Anything tropical. Anything tropical. I don't care where it's at.
All right, now with the Pro E85 guys, do you have a greatest competitor in that group, or they're all of them?
No, they all want to win. You know, I guess everybody goes there wants to win. I mean, like I said, I don't care if I win or not. I just go to enjoy myself. So yeah, there's some guys that are there's a heavy hitter out there. I mean, it's Johnny B won. I think this is his second year he won. So
yeah.
You got Johnny B, you got Mike Phipps, you got Rich Black,
Frank Morgan.
I tell you what, man, you better watch what that guy does. He's gonna come creeping on you. He's gonna win. That dude's got determination to win.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, there's all kinds of guys out there. I mean, there's a lot of good racers and they're good people.
So now, throughout your racing career, have you won any trophies or plaques or anything?
No. I won a couple rounds last year, and that was about it. Went two or three rounds. I don't know what it was.
So now, Ed, if you were able to do time travel and go backwards in time, would you do anything differently with your drag racing career?
You know what? That's a hard one because knowing how much money you and time you have in your car, you know what I mean. It's a bad investment. Yeah. The only way to make a small fortune drag racing or racing period is to start out with a really big fortune because you're not going to have nothing at the end. You know, you're going to get 50 cents on the dollar for your car. But as a young kid, you don't realize that.
All right, here's an easy question. What's your favorite food to eat?
Mine? Oh, I'm fat. I like pizza.
Right. What do you like on your pizza?
Just ham and sausage.
All right. What's your favorite beverage to drink?
Pepsi. That's it. Just Pepsi.
Now, do you drink alcohol?
No. Nope.
All right. What's your favorite movie of all time?
Hollywood Nights.
Favorite music?
To what?
Favorite music?
Oh, man. You know what? I mainly listen to Turbo on XM radio. So kind of like the 90s-ish, grunge-ish area.
Right.
Kind of that deal.
So,
yeah, I mainly listen to that and Lithium. So whatever that genre is there is what I mainly listen to.
So you're a big Nirvana fan?
I like Nirvana, yeah. I like it all.
Yeah. Now, when you...
I mean, I can...
Go ahead.
I can listen to anything except that rap crap. I'm not into that rap.
All right, now, when you were growing up, Ed, what was your favorite cartoon when you were a kid?
My favorite cartoon?
Yeah, what was your favorite cartoon when you were a kid?
Flintstones.
How about TV show? Did you have a favorite TV show?
Come on, man. I'm from the 70s, 80s. That's Dukes of Hazzard. When I was a little kid.
So what'd you watch? Happy Days?
No, Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh, okay. Bo and Duke.
Yep.
And of course, Daisy Duke.
Well, of course.
All the guys were looking at Daisy, right?
Oh, hell yeah, they were. Can't get enough of that.
So now, when you're at the racetrack, Ed, do you eat regularly, or do you eat light and eat more after you're done racing?
You know what? There's times I forget to eat. You know what I mean? I'm having such a good time. I'm like, oh. And my dad will be like, hey, you need to get something to eat. I'm like, oh, okay. So, yeah, I don't eat a whole lot at the track. Because we're always doing something. Hell, even if you're not working on your car, you're out visiting. Drive around to other pit stops and with your friends and stuff. So. Some of them guys out there, man, they have some parties going on their trailers. I don't, well, we cook, I guess. Maybe a hot dog, but I forget to eat 90% of the time.
Yeah, I know when I interviewed Frank, he was saying they do a big cookout.
Yeah, that guy has one hell of a spread. Yeah, there's a lot. He's got a lot of people around him. He's got a lot of good people around him, so he has a good time doing it. That's what it's about.
Yep.
You know, the minute you start having a bad time or getting mad at it, it's time to hang it up.
Yeah. So, can you think of one most embarrassing moment you had on the track while racing?
Oh, yeah. I got lost on the lines and didn't realize where I was at. I thought I was staging, and I was like 20 foot above in front of the beams. That sucked. That sucked big time.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's the part that just sucked, man.
Yeah. So now, what's been your fondest memory of running with the Pro E85 guys, man?
Just having a good time. No BS. It's just, to me, it's just a good time to go there. A lot of good people. Like I said, and I can't say it enough. Good people and good times.
So now, how important do you think it is for families to bring their kids out to watch drag racing these days?
Me, I think they should do it. It gives you a different perspective as to what other people do. You know what I mean? Because not everybody is a lawyer, not everybody's a doctor, and or an accountant. You know what I mean? This shows people that, you know, with hard work, time, dedication, you can have your car. You can go and have a good time with it.
Yeah.
And the thing is you start seeing these TV shows of these street racing and stuff like that, and these guys get in there, and these kids think, "Oh man, this is cool. I'm gonna do this when I get home. I'm gonna do this too." Well, that stuff don't work no more.
Nope.
You look at how these kids are getting hurt and killed from drag racing and doing their thing, you know.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I think it's important that kids get diversified in different walks of life.
Yeah.
So I don't know. How do you feel about that?
I definitely think we need to have more kids come out to watch drag racing because, you know, they're the future.
I agree with that 100%.
It's good. It's good to see a lot of junior dragsters out there now.
Yeah, I can't wait. That's gonna be the first thing I do. My grandson's 8 years old. I'm getting him a car and see if he wants to get into it. You know, because I mean, that's you know, I watched this local kid from Vermont. You know, I remember him when he was a young kid, and he's one of the driving forces now in this stuff. So, you know what I mean? He started out in the junior dragster and he went with dragsters and funny cars and pro mods, and he's done a lot of great things. So, that was just one kid.
Yeah, it's good to see what you guys do for the kids at the track, you know, when they're like coming down the return road and stopping and signing autographs and giving out stuff and all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got little 4-inch frisbees I throw out there, and my name has the instigator on it, just throw them out there, give them to them. Yeah. And then when they take it home, and, oh, hey, I had a good time seeing this stuff, you know what I mean? So they remember.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yep. Well, Ed, I want to thank you very much for taking time to interview.
Oh, no problem. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Now, you have any final words or thank yous or anything you want to give out to anybody? Yeah.
Yeah, just thanks to all the guys that I race with that helped me, and for Dwayne for tolerating my car not running good this year, and can't wait to try it again next year, and we'll see how well it works.
Sounds good. Well, the wife and I will see you next year at Great Lakes.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you very much.
All right. You have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Bye.